morning, Lola.
Oh, hello, dear. On your way to the hospital?
Nope. No, I am going to take the day off.
Well, good for you. What's the occasion?
Well, let's say I'm in mourning.
Oh, my dear, I am so sorry. Anyone I know?
Alan.
What?
Well, surely you know of his financial demise.
Oh, now, now, Monica, try to be considerate, dear. I mean, after all, we all have our little indiscretions.
Yes, we do, but most of us don't pay $1 million for that privilege.
No, I hope we don't.
What does that mean? Have you been indiscreet?
Oh, no, dear, not me.
Good.
You have.
What?
I found this among the mail. It's from Philippe.
Really? Oh, I can't imagine. What?
Is it that bad?
Where can he be?
What?
Your prince, not so charming.
Basil, I don't know what you're talking about.
The fair damsel in distress awaiting her knight errant. Aren't you a touch old for fairy stories, Holly?
Basil, leave her alone.
I was only inquiring.
The situation is quite difficult enough without indulging your infantile antics.
I was just passing the time.
I'll pass it more amiably or alone.
I'll get it.
I'll get it. Yes. Thank you. The ferry has arrived. Our precious trunk is here at last.
Jackie may have something.
Good for her. What's the word?
Well, apparently there was a steamer trunk collected from the Durban apartment in New York.
That's great. How did she get that information out of Ramsey?
She didn't. Her editor did.
She's a smart chick, man.
I keep telling you.
Yeah, I liked your taste in informants. Anything else?
Yeah, apparently the police have lost the trail.
Oh, what a shame. Offer them my condolences.
We could have used the help.
What are you talking about? We didn't lose the trail. They don't know anything we don't know.
There's not much to go on, though.
It'll do.
It's gonna have to do.
Come on, Robert, be of good cheer. The money's in that trunk. I'll bet you anything the money's in that trunk, and it's on its way to dear old Victoria, even as we eat.
If I was a gambling man, you'd have yourself a wager.
Well, I wish you were. I'm feeling lucky.
Don't we have something a little more substantial to go on, like perhaps, say, a crazy dream, a wild hunch, even a good guess?
No, I have nothing but questions that come up with the same answer.
So I'm listening.
Why would they send the trunk unless they don't want it open in customs?
All right, that's true, but you're assuming there's going to be money in that trunk. Now, what if there's just a whole lot of goods they purchased in the States and they don't want to pay duty on them?
Oh, Robert, come on.
All right.
$2 million worth of goods.
All right. Even if there is money in the trunk, we don't know where it's being shipped.
Who doesn't?
Look, that pickup was a couple of days ago. Now, that truck would have gone straight to the airport, put that trunk on the plane. It should be here by now.
I'm sorry, pal. I can't buy that one.
Why not?
Because I don't think they'd send it by plane. It's too risky.
You think they drove it through?
I think they drove it, or had it driven, but I don't think it came here directly.
All right, your customs problem. How to get a trunk through without having it inspected?
Very simple. You play on the good Durban name.
How so?
Well, you just send it into Victoria. That customs agency. I mean, the Durbans are worshipped here. All they're going to do is say, Percy Durbin a smuggler? Forget it. Next trunk.
So it did clear customs here?
Or it's about to. I figured that the trunk drove to Seattle and then hopped a ferry over to Victoria.
Clever trunk.
Of course.
Of course, that way it wouldn't have to clear customs until it got here.
Exactly right. And since the Durbans are practically saints in this place, what better place in the world to bring in a trunk filled with something you don't want to have to explain?
Right, it sounds logical. But we're making a whole lot of rather broad-based assumptions here.
Well, this is one I wouldn't think too much about. I think we just ought to feel it.
I see. The old Spencer intuition's about to OD again?
Well, I'm peeking. Let's put it that way.
It's good enough for me. I never was much on logic. All right, what's your plan?
I'm going to go down to the customs area of the ferry dock.
You don't need me for that.
You going sightseeing?
Yes, well, nothing better to do. I also feel a bit nostalgic for the side of the townhouse.
Good idea. Who knows? Someone might bring in a steamer trunk.
Maybe I can give him a hand with it.
Good idea.
What are you waiting for?
I was about to ask you the same thing.
Sure you don't expect me to go.
Oh, no, I'll go, gladly. But I was hoping for a shred of congratulations from you before I go.
There'll be time enough for that when the job is finished.
Not even a well done, Basil, to keep my spirits up?
Finish the job first.
Oh, what's a son to do?
Would you mind leaving us alone for a couple of moments, Polly?
Business?
No, nothing to do with you, my dear.
Not that it would matter.
Thank you. Now, just present the claim tickets to the freight agent and have the trunk delivered.
Here?
With Scorpio and Spencer outside, that would just like giving them the money.
I can handle them.
I notice how well you can handle them. If you could, we wouldn't have any problems now. Now, have the trunk delivered to the country house.
Yes, well...
Now.
With the money, actually arrived, proof that I was successful in spite of some minor drawbacks. I'd like to take my share of the profits immediately. Is that a problem?
What are you talking about?
My fair share of the profits. Is there anything wrong with that?
Why now?
It's been a while between paychecks.
Well, it has for all of us. Remember, this is a family enterprise. The expenses are family expenses and the profits are family profits.
Not entirely.
Well, now, you've been taken care of very well up to this point, Basil, as have we all.
Yes, thanks to successful operations like this. Thanks to me.
I wouldn't be so quick to pat myself on the back if I were you. With Spencer and Scorpio hanging about on our doorstep, we're still in grave danger.
I told you I can handle them.
Yes, I notice how well you handle them. They've become quite attached to us.
We wouldn't have had a problem if I'd used my methods.
Your special methods.
We'd have had the money by now, had I employed you.
Yes, well, you will have it eventually.
When?
Eventually.
Inheritance is a slow process, Father, and a sad one. Someone has to die before someone else can prosper. I don't have the patience to wait that long.
Are you suggesting that you are going to use your special methods on me?
You should know better than that.
Should I?
You should also know that I don't intend to wait for my retirement to enjoy my rewards.
Well, then you'd better get moving, because until you pick up that trunk, no one can look forward to their retirement.
And what happens when I have it?
That is a family decision, as usual.
You're the family.
Right. Exactly. Now, be careful, because Scorpio is watching the townhouse. I have no idea where Spencer is. But if either of them spot you, we can all look forward to an early retirement in prison.
I'm sorry. Oh, sorry. Hey. Hi. I'm sorry. It's my fault.
fault. I was not watching or I was going at all.
Nor was I. Where have you been? I have not bumped into you in ages.
I know. It's my fault the third time, boy. I've been so busy lately, I haven't even had a chance to talk to myself, let alone my dearest friends. But I swear to you, I have been wanting to call you.
Really? Well, you know you could do better than that. Why don't you join Lee and me for dinner tonight, huh? We can make up for lost time.
I can't. I'm sorry. Did you know that Rick was in Nevada? Well, while he's gone, I'm taking over all of the sports center business.
Aha! You volunteered.
I did not. I was drafted.
Oh, I bet. And they just dragged you screaming and kicking all the way.
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah, well, save it for tonight. Come on. Take a couple of hours and come and have dinner with us.
Honest, I can't. Eating and resting have gone way down on my list of things I have to do today lately.
Well, you had better watch it, Doctor, or you are not going to be any good to anybody.
I know.
Then you will join us.
No, it's the truth. I cannot do it tonight. I've got a meeting of the community board of the sports center. They're trying to figure out how they can raise a sizable chunk of money.
Aha, one of those get-togethers that you would be very right for.
I can hardly wait.
Well, how about tomorrow night? Huh? Come on, I'll make a reservation with you right now, Doctor.
Well, lovely. The problem is I can't guarantee that I'm going to honor it.
Very easy. You just say no to everybody else.
I wish I could. Sorry, folks. Stand in line. I am taking a little time tonight for me. I can't do it. I promised Rick. I gave him my word. I said, I will take care of everything. How can I have to. Gail, I have to do this.
Well, Lesley, look, is all this a little more than you bargained for?
Sometimes, yes. And I find myself getting just the tiniest bit aggravated because, no, I know it's not his fault. Obviously, if his brother is in an accident, it's not his fault. But why couldn't he find anybody else to take over the sports center?
Well, probably because you're the only one that he trusts.
I'm the only one he could talk into it.
Oh,
Patsy.
It's not going to last forever, you know.
No, I don't know about that. No, this is not going to last forever. But I'm really afraid lately of what's coming next. I've started to feel like, you know, I'm okay. He's fond of me. He likes me all right. But he loves the rest of the world.
You know how Rick is. He's very generous.
Sure.
He has a lot to give.
Right. I'd like to see him share the wealth. He's out taking care of the entire Western world, and our marriage is falling apart.
Oh, come on. I doubt that.
You know something I don't know?
Well, I certainly do. I know you're a very strong woman. I know you love your husband very much, and you would never let it get that far.
May I quote you on that?
You don't need me to tell you that.
I need somebody to tell me that.
Well, then you come to dinner tomorrow night, and I will give you a pep talk that would make any locker room proud.
Okay, Coach.
Good girl. Okay, we'll see you tomorrow.
It really hurt when you did that.
You think I don't know that? Of course I'm going to lose money if I sell the stock now. Why do you think I'm doing it? No. It's not my mind I'm losing. It's my shirt. Yes, that's correct. Just Sell it.
Well?
It's another 17,000.
Still short.
Why is $1 million so easy to spend and so difficult to raise?
Wouldn't know, Alan. I've never tried to do either one.
I don't recommend it. It's your office.
It's your crisis. Go ahead.
Yes? That's his best offer? Are you serious? That property is worth twice that much. Don't tell me about today's market. I am hung out to dry right in the middle of it. Are you certain that it's a take it or leave it offer? I am in no position to negotiate. Just take it. I just sold $1 million property.
Oh, well, then we're there.
I sold it for $350,000.
Oh. Yeah, maybe we're not there.
Well, it's still got to put us over the top.
Just a minute, I'll tell you. Not quite.
I don't believe it.
Want to add it up for yourself? Here you go.
That's what I'm paying you for.
Well, you're not doing very well at the moment, Al.
Funny. How short are we?
Not much.
What do you mean, not much? How much?
20,000.
What?
Look, considering how far we've come, that's not too bad.
It's wonderful how optimistic you are with somebody else's money.
Well, come on now. What else can you sell here?
What do you think I could get for Monica?
About 15 to 20 years with good behavior.
I still have my CDs.
Well, yes, and you have property in 3 states. You have large blocks of preferred stocks in 12 major corporations. You have a whole stack of AAA municipal bonds. Now, you want me to go on with this?
No, I don't want you to go on. I don't want to sell any of that stuff. If I sell it now in this depressed market, I'm going to lose a fortune.
Alan, that is the name of the game.
I won't do it.
Then that's it.
That's right. That's it. What can they do to me if I refuse to pay?
Well, lynching has been against the law for a number of years now.
I love when you cheer me up like that.
Now, they probably hold you in contempt of court.
What does that mean?
Whatever the judge wants it to.
Do they still have debtor's prison?
Alan, I think you may be about to find out.
Lee, you've got to lend me the money.
Me? $20,000?
You've got to lend it to me. You know I'm good for it.
Well, yeah, but I'm not. That's a hefty sum of money for me. I'm no quartermain, you know.
I'm not anymore either.
What is this? What are you doing?
Take it. Sell it. I don't care what you do with it. But you got to lend me the money, because I'll tell you what. I'm not losing one more thing. I am not losing one more thing in today's market.
Wait a minute, Mr. Page, just 1 minute. Now, just what kind of strange things has your wife been doing? Well, how long's she been doing that? Oh, I see. Yes. Well, Mr. Page, I really can't give you a diagnosis over the phone. Why don't you bring her into my office tomorrow morning, say 11? And we'll talk about it then, huh? All right. Bye-bye.
Good morning.
Oh, my dear. Well, it certainly must be a good morning for you.
Yes, of course it is. The sun is shining and the flowers are blooming and the birds are singing.
Really? I must have taken the wrong turn on the way to work. I thought it was going to snow today.
You know, that is something I admire most about you. You are practical. You're practical and you are down to earth.
Well, then I'm sure you won't mind this very practical and down-to-earth question. Why are you so happy today?
I got a letter from Philippe.
From Philippe?
Mm-hmm.
I thought Philippe was safely buried in your past.
Yes.
Well, obviously not, if a simple letter can put you on cloud 9.
No, it is not a simple letter.
It is not a simple
Not
letter.
a simple letter at all, my darling. It is a very important letter, which I shall let you read.
Wonderful. I get to read
Here.
this letter. All right.
No, forget that part. You can start there. There you go. Mm-hmm.
Use the winer's note. Oh, Monica.
$3 million? I'm rich.
That's wonderful. Oh, congratulations. I can't...
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. You know, of course, what this means.
Sure. You can buy me lunch.
Anywhere you choose, madam.
Oh, great. Let's go to the cafeteria right now.
Oh, come on. For heaven's sake, don't you be boring. How about Maxime's? The Waldorf? Ma Maison? All right, the Versailles Room. No, the Rib. Kelly's. Come on, I can go from the sublime to the ridiculous.
I'm on duty.
I can go to the cafeteria. But you gotta promise me something.
What?
You will order the most expensive thing on the menu.
I have to order knockwurst.
All the trimmings and a side order of indigestion.
Come on, you rich lady. Tell me, what does it mean?
Has Basil left yet?
Yes, come in, Holly.
So I'm permitted to join you now?
Oh, don't be overly sensitive, my dear.
I don't see how Basil will get the money into the country.
It's quite simple. The family has arranged everything.
Yes, but how?
And don't be concerned with details. You've seen us in operation before. We're always successful.
What if it doesn't work this time? What if somebody discovers the money?
You concerned about Basil?
I'm worried about all of us. And what's going to happen now? Obviously, the scheme hasn't fooled anyone. All sorts of people are onto us.
Well, for now. But that will pass.
What's going to happen now?
Well, we're going to keep a low profile for the time being. Those who were very prominent in the scheme, Basil and you, will be kept under wraps until everyone forgets about us.
How can you be so certain that they will?
They always do.
But this time it's different.
Yes, it is a little more dangerous. I will admit this is the closest we have ever come to being unmasked.
And it's not over yet.
Well, we'll get through it, Holly. All of us. Like it or not.
What?
Did I detect a wistful note in your voice?
That's boredom.
If I didn't know better, I'd say you almost wish someone would discover us.
Why do you say that?
Because it's true, isn't it?
Yes. I hate what I did.
You feeling sorry for yourself?
Not for me. For the people I helped rob.
Nonsense. They'd do the same for you if you gave them a chance.
I don't believe that.
What makes you any different?
I don't know, but I don't like what I see.
Holly, my dear, you'll get used to it. Now, when we start our next operation, you will have forgotten all about this one.
There won't be another one, not for me. This is my last family affair.
What a pity. You're very good at it, you know.
I don't want a life as a thief.
Is there another life?
You've been away from the real world too long.
No, Holly, you have. What makes you think you earn your living any differently from anybody else?
For one thing, it's dishonest.
Oh, nonsense. You sound like a Sunday school teacher.
Well, maybe that's more what I'm suited for than stealing from innocent people.
Holly, Holly. Everybody steals. What do you call insurance fraud or political kickbacks? Or corporate mergers that boost the price of a stock so a lucky few can make a killing?
It's not the same.
It's business as usual. What about the office manager that juggles the decimal points on the inventory so he can pocket an extra week's wages? And what about the sales girl that takes a couple of dresses home, figuring, oh, the store is so big they'd never miss them anyway? What do you call that?
Isolated incidents.
Look around you. Everybody is doing it, one way or another.
You don't have to hurt someone to get what you want.
No? Well, isn't that what competition is all about? Every time you win, someone else loses. Every dollar you make, someone else doesn't make because you grab it first.
There's enough to go around.
Well, you tell that to the next person that beats you to it. It's a cutthroat world out there, Holly.
Not for me.
Nobody asked you. Now, it's play or die.
There has to be another way.
Really? Well, you tell me when you find it.
I'm not the only person who thinks this way.
No. But you're the only successful one. And if you want to remain successful, you'd better change your way of thinking.
I know what I want.
Yes. So did your mother.
What do you mean?
Yeah, she went through a phase like this, too, before she married your father.
And you talked her out of it?
No, I talked to her, but she changed her own mind, and then she convinced your father.
He had doubts?
Oh, yes, he still does.
Well, then why...
Now, he goes along with us.
Well, I don't.
So what does that make you? The last of a vanishing breed?
Well, there's one other survivor that I know of.
And who's that?
Luke Spencer.
I'll give you a hand with this. It's an unusual trunk. You don't see these much anymore.
I see a lot less of it, too, I'll tell you.
Yeah?
It belongs to my wife's mother. She'd be spending the winter with it.
Was that good or bad?
Oh. Bad because she never stops talking. But good because she never stops cooking. She's one of the great cooks of the world, I'll tell you.
I think you just did.
Yeah.
You bet.
General Hospital will continue in a moment.